back. We live in a world that tells us to chase more success, more power, more authority, more followers, more money. But somehow, even after ticking all these boxes, we are still restless. Today, we are turning to one of the most ancient yet most relevant solution, that is the eightfold path of Buddhism. Definitely, this is not a rule book, not a dogma at all, but a practical path to help you end unnecessary suffering, especially the kind that comes from our own mind. Let me just give you a quick reminder on why do we suffer. Before we dive into Eightfold Path, let's zoom out. Buddhism teaches that we suffer because of cravings, desires, and attachment. Not just to things, but to ideas, identities, expectations, and so on. Say, for example, you feel low because, let's say, your post didn't get enough likes. You think you should be further ahead in life. That's invisible pressure. That's craving in disguise. But here's the hopeful part. The Buddha said suffering isn't permanent. I'm repeating, suffering isn't permanent. If we understand the roots, we can let it go. Now, let's walk through the Eightfold Path. So, Eightfold Path is broken down into three categories. That one is wisdom, then ethical conduct, and mental discipline. So, these are the three categories. So, the 8 paths can be divided in or can be categorized into 3 buckets. So, one is wisdom, then ethical conduct, and mental discipline. Let's unpack each of the path. The first one being right view. This means seeing life clearly, understanding that everything is happening for a reason, understanding that everything is temporary. That clinging to control or permanence causes pain. I'll give you a modern example. Getting ghosted after a job interview, or the date and the spiraling. It's very common. It happens with all of us. The right view reminds us it's not personal. It is impermanent. The situation is just temporary. The next one being the right intention. What drives your action? Is it ego? Is it the fear, or is it revenge? One. The other thing is it kindness? Is it your growth? The truth? Have intentions towards everything you do, think, and act. Start your day asking, why am I doing what I'm doing? You will be amazed at how this clears the mental clutter. The next one being right speech. Words can definitely build or destroy. It could be anything. Words can take your relationships to the most beautiful phase, and words can also show hell on earth. Not just with relationship, but with anything and everything in life, words can build or destroy. Right speech means no gossip, no drama, no lies, no harshness in the words that you use. Try this one day, just one day. Go ahead with a day where you're not complaining. Try it just for one day without complaining. It's harder than it sounds, but super cleansing. Next, right action. Live in a way that doesn't harm. In Buddhism, this often means honesty, non-violence, and sexual ethics. But in daily life, we can interpret it like being intentional. Say, for example, choosing not to snap at your coworker even when you're stressed. That's right action. Being calm, being nice, being kind, even though you're dying inside. That is right intention or right action. Next, right livelihood. Earn your living in a way without harming anyone. Earn your living in a way that aligns with your values. Do a simple reflection on yourself. Does your work harm the planet, people, or your own peace of mind? If yes, is there a shift? Even a small one. If yes, if the answer answer to the question is yes, then think about the next question. Is there a shift? Even if it's going to be a tiny bit, go ahead. You can begin exploring it. The next one, right effort. Effort doesn't mean burn out. It means directing your energy towards helpful thought and habits. Say for example, instead of doom scrolling first thing in the morning, wake up, meditate. Even if it's just for 2 minutes, do it. Meditate, please, please, please meditate. It gives clarity to your life. If you're comfortable with journaling, please go ahead and do the journaling. I personally have not come in terms with journaling, so meditation works for me. So meditation and exercise in the morning, like walking in the morning, really helps me. So that's the first thing that I do in the morning. Do not touch your phone as soon as you wake up. That's effort well placed. Next, right mindfulness. Be here now, not in yesterday's drama or tomorrow's worries. Practice noticing your breath, your body, your surroundings. I'm going to give you one daily practice. Only eat one meal in a day without your phone being used, without using your phone. Just look at the food, be grateful that you have food on your table. Feel the food, experience the taste, chew it, absorb the taste that that food is providing, and enjoy your meal. One meal in a day, try doing it, and then slowly you'll see yourself living mindful. Next, right concentration. Train your focus. Buddhism often links this to meditation, but in our world, it also means deep work, one task at a time. People glorify multitasking, but scientifically also it is proved that multitasking doesn't yield much result. Focus on one work, complete it, and the result will be far better than doing it with plenty other tasks. Try the Pomodoro technique or focused blocks. The more your mind concentrates, the less it wanders into anxiety. Now let's dive into how this eightfold path heals desire and burnout. Again, I'm repeating it. Desire isn't evil, but unconscious obsessive desire is evil. That's what drains us. The eightfold path doesn't kill your ambition. It refines it. It helps you hustle without losing your mind. It shifts your energy from grind or die to grow with grace. Say, for example, wanting to build a business isn't bad, but if it's rooted in fear or fear of not being enough, it will eat you alive. The path brings awareness, and that's everything. So, how do we start? Where to start? So, this isn't about mastering all 8 steps today. It's about choosing one and starting small. Maybe it's being more mindful in conversations, or meditating for 5 minutes daily, or questioning your intentions behind what you do and what you work on. Please note that your peace doesn't come from controlling everything. It comes from clearly acting wisely, seeing properly, and letting go gently. That's the heart of Eightfold Path. Which step in the Eightfold Path do you feel called to start with? Let me know in the comments. And if you want a full series on each of these steps, I'd love to create it. Until next time, breathe easy.